It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by AgileDad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started. I recently was teaching the Advanced Certified Scrum Master certification, and I discovered that there was something interesting there that I'd noticed before, but I never really dove into. In one of the exercises, it has a personal growth exercise, and it talks about what motivates you or what truly drives your decision making capabilities. And while this is a Friday Agile, Not So Agile episode of the Daily Stand Up Podcast, I thought I would embark on a journey of self awareness or understanding and trying to figure out what motivates you and the mechanics behind some of the decisions that we make. Whether you're a leader who's aiming to inspire teams, or better yet, my favorite, an educator who's trying to mold the minds of young ones, or simply someone just keen on self improvement. Grasping the crux of motivation can truly be transformative. So let's dive into the heart of motivation and uncover three crucial keys that drive better decision making. All right, so let's start right at the top. Number one, the psychology of intrinsic motivation. So, intrinsic motivation emanates from within. It's driven by personal satisfaction or a sense of purpose rather than the allure of an external reward or fear of punishment. A student learning subject out of pure love for an artistic creating a masterpiece, or someone without the lure of fame and fortune are prime examples. So if you think of yourself as someone who's artistic or an artist or someone who's not seeking after fame, those are great examples. But there are several factors that influence your intrinsic motivation. Number one is autonomy. It's the freedom to make choices, and that enhances your intrinsic motivation. People like to feel in control of their actions and in control of their lives. Number two is mastery. The desire to become better at something and mastering it can be a strong driving force. And then, of course, number three is purpose. Understanding the why behind the what behind the action can bolster your own motivation and help push you through. So, the key to helping with intrinsic motivation, right, the key to understanding the psychology behind it, is to identify areas in your life, either personal life or work life, where you feel genuine interest and passion. Nurture those areas, allowing them to be driven by the sheer love of the activity rather than external pressures. In class, I always say, what is it you love the most about what you do? So we can pile that on. What is it that disappoints you or upsets you about what you do? So you can take that away. And do you love what you do now? And if not, what would you rather be doing? And this intrinsic and extrinsic motivation tie directly into that. All right. So while we're on the subject, let's go to extrinsic motivators. Extrinsic motivators are different. While intrinsic motivators are heralded as the better form, intrinsic motivators can't be ignored. Extrinsic motivators come from external factors like monetary rewards, accolades, or even avoiding a negative consequence. There was a study done at Princeton University that showed while extrinsic motivators can be effective for simple tasks, they may not be as efficient for complex tasks requiring cognitive skills. In fact, too many extrinsic rewards might even reduce intrinsic motivation, a phenomenon known as the overjustification effect. If you want to read more on that, it's pretty amazing. So, if you're trying to manage or understand extrinsic motivators or extrinsic cycles, you need to strike a balance. It's essential to reward and recognize. Without that, there's just no need. But ensure you're not entirely dependent on the extrinsic motivators. It should be something more like the cherry on top, not the cake itself, right? Okay, let's go to the third one. The third key is the power of emotional connection. This, in my opinion, might be the most important piece of the entire puzzle. We as human beings are inherently emotional creatures. Our decisions, even those we deem completely logical, are tinged with emotion. Recognizing the emotional factors that drive decisions can be a game changer. So I thought I'd give you three examples of how to understand best the emotional connection or the power of the emotional connection. Number one, right out of the gate, is empathy and social connections. Humans are social animals. Humans are wired to connect. When we feel like we're understood and valued, our motivation to act positively increases. On the flip side, there's also the role of fear and hope. Fear can be both debilitating and motivating. The fear of failure might drive someone to work harder, while hope can inspire actions leading to positive change. And then, third, is feedback and affirmation. Positive feedback certainly enhances self worth and drives individuals to make better decisions in the future. So, if you can tap into your emotions and understand what you feel when you're making decisions and why you feel that way, harness those positive emotions to guide your actions, and recognize when negative emotions are at play, and take a step back and try to address the root cause of the issue so you don't fall into that trap. I think the big picture here, when you understand the entire scope, understanding motivation is akin to having a map of your human psyche. It provides you with some direction, clarity, and purpose. By tapping into intrinsic motivation, balancing your extrinsic rewards, and harnessing the power of an emotional connection, not only can we make better decisions, but we can also inspire others to do the same. So, as you navigate through your path, as you're on your journey and you're navigating your way through life, remember, motivation is not static. I'm going to say that again. Motivation is not static. It evolves just as we do. Regular introspection coupled with an understanding of these keys can position you on a path of continual growth and impactful decision making. So ask yourself, next time you're at a crossroads, what truly drives me? And am I taking these things into consideration? That's going to do it for this Friday episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have a topic you want us to cover, remember to reach out to us. Learn more at AgileDad.com. We would love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.